that sometimes to get what you want, your cut's just gonna look weird. Sometimes you just gotta trust the process. With the body cut out, I can sew it together again. This is pretty standard stuff. I use all the stuffing I took out and just put it back in. I mainly want to reuse it because the stuffing is already all weird and balled up from being in the original for so long. Surprisingly, I actually used most of the stuffing in this one. I didn't try to, but I guess I just understuffed the original. Because I've already come so far, I give him some extra muscle on his back and some on his chest. I gotta say, looking at the completed body, I'm pretty satisfied with my current result. Here's all the leftover material. I'm gonna put that away for later in case I need it. I can't go wasting this stuff, especially when it's like some of the last of it that I have. Here's a new body in the old suit. Luckily, he's shorter than Hulk. Here's how he stacks up next to Captain America. And finally, the puny Moon Knight. But of course, I'm not finished.
Now, I wouldn't have torn this guy apart without a plan. I also wouldn't have done it if I didn't have a plan to make him even better than he was before. I'd be pretty sad if I downgraded him. So all this really started when I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw a picture taken at some sort of convention of an upcoming Absolute Batman figure that's being made. Now, I saw this and I was wowed. I mean, I really, really like this. And then I took a look at my Absolute Batman. Inadequate. I decided to remake him deeply inspired by this Absolute Batman. So, to start off, I'm going to make the base of his costume. When making the base, I make sure to hide the seams strategically where I know I'll be adding more layers on top. And then I add on those layers. Would this be considered part of the base? I mean, I guess technically it is. The thing about this part is that it feels kind of tedious at times, adding all of these layers over top of like the base layer I already made, and then I'm like, oh damn, am I kind of wasting material because I'm like padding so many things over? But in the end product, even though it's kind of small, it does add a lot to the overall costume. With the addition of the gloves, I decided to get